Trump has once again ignited controversy. He recently met with El Salvador's president, Nayib Bukele. During this meeting, Trump proposed sending U.S. citizens to El Salvador. These wouldn't be tourists, though. He wants to send convicted criminals to serve their prison sentences there. This proposal is unprecedented in American history. The idea has sent shockwaves through the legal community. Experts are calling it unconstitutional. They argue it violates international norms as well. Trump's plan centers around El Salvador's CICOT mega prison. This prison is known for its harsh and overcrowded conditions. The proposal has sparked fear among some U.S. citizens. Even naturalized citizens could be at risk. Trump has suggested revoking citizenship in some cases. This would pave the way for deportation. Many critics believe this is a political stunt. They see it as an attempt to appeal to Trump's base. The legal hurdles are significant. It remains to be seen if this plan is even feasible. Legal experts are united in their condemnation of Trump's proposal. They argue that it is blatantly unconstitutional. The U.S. Constitution guarantees certain protections to its citizens. One of these is the right to not be forcibly removed from the country. Deportation is a legal process, however, it only applies to immigrants, not citizens. Sending U.S. citizens to foreign prisons raises serious ethical concerns. The United States has a legal obligation to ensure the safety of its citizens. This includes those convicted of crimes. Conditions in El Salvador's CICOT prison are notoriously poor. Critics argue that sending prisoners there would violate their constitutional rights. The Eighth Amendment prohibits cruel and unusual punishment. The proposal also raises jurisdictional issues. The Trump administration argues that sending prisoners abroad places them outside U.S. court jurisdiction. This would prevent judicial intervention and due process. This argument has been met with strong opposition. Even Supreme Court Justice Sonia Sotomayor has criticized this stance. The legal and ethical implications of this proposal are far-reaching. It sets a dangerous precedent. If implemented, it could have a chilling effect on the rights of all U.S. citizens. Trump's history with deportations adds another layer of concern. His administration has a record of aggressively deporting immigrants. This includes deportations to El Salvador. These deportations often occur without proper hearings. Many argue that they violate due process rights. In some cases, individuals have been deported despite having legal grounds to stay in the U.S. The case of Kilmar Abrego Garcia highlights the human toll of these policies. Garcia was a legal resident of Maryland. He had a pending case for protection under the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals, or DACA program. However, he was mistakenly deported to El Salvador. He was sent to the notorious CICOT prison. This happened despite a court order preventing his removal. The Supreme Court eventually ordered his return to the U.S. However, both Trump and Bukele have ignored this order. Garcia remains trapped in El Salvador. He is living proof of the devastating consequences of deportation policies. Trump's proposal to deport U.S. citizens raises the stakes even higher. It signals a disregard for human rights. It puts the lives of American citizens at risk. Trump's proposal has generated significant media attention. It has also energized his base of supporters. However, many believe this is a calculated political move. They argue that the proposal is more about messaging than actual policy. The legal and logistical obstacles are simply too great to overcome. Ironically, this proposal contradicts one of Trump's own policies. In 2018, he signed the First Step Act into law. This law aims to reduce recidivism rates. It also includes provisions to protect the rights of prisoners. One of these provisions restricts the distance federal inmates can be housed from their families. Sending prisoners to El Salvador would directly violate this provision. The Trump administration claims that there is a limited loophole for naturalized citizens. They suggest that citizenship could be revoked in cases of fraud or terrorism. However, legal experts argue that this is a narrow exception. It would not apply to the vast majority of naturalized citizens. Ultimately, Trump's proposal appears to be more about symbolism than substance. It allows him to appear tough on crime. It also plays into his anti-immigrant rhetoric. However, it is unlikely to ever be implemented. The legal, ethical, and logistical challenges are insurmountable.